coming to the content strategy model which we can make use of. So we've understood what exactly is a content strategy. Why is a content strategy important? How can we create a content strategy, right? So there is a very famous, a very popular framework which is called as the Hero Hub and Hygiene framework. It's basically a content strategy model. It was introduced by YouTube back in around 2014, 2015, for creators. But the thing is now a lot of brands are using this model beyond YouTube. So you can use it for all the social media platforms. You just need to not use it only for video creation. You can also use it for social media platforms like your Facebook, Instagram. It's that simple as a framework. So if you are starting off as a social media manager, if someone tells you to work on a content strategy, you can make use of this framework and come up with a good content strategy, right? So what exactly is this Hero Hub and hygiene framework? So just to give you a context, what happened was that you may have heard about these terminologies that I want to go viral. I want to reach out to as many people as possible. I'm sure you guys must have heard about this. Now, what happened is that YouTube identified that this entire craze for virality was just going on, and there was a need to educate the creators, the people, the influencers that are there on YouTube, that there needs to be a proper system in terms of creating content. Not every piece of content will go viral, right? So is why YouTube came up with this framework which helps you to diversify content. What I mean by diversify content means you don't have to just focus on one specific type of content कि आपको मतलब viral ही होना है. No, there are certain other sets of content as well which will help you to grow and sustain if you are a digital marketing brand or a social marketing brand, and then further help to build your audience. So instead of chasing those spikes in attention, whenever there is a viral campaign, suddenly you see a spike, right? Everybody's talking about it, right? If you see the Rasode Mein Kaun Tha video, everybody was talking about that Rasode Mein Kaun Tha. It went viral in seconds, and within weeks, everybody was talking about it, everybody was sharing it on their feeds. But this kind of virality is very short term, right? For brands to actually sustain for a longer period of time, there needs to be a very well documented strategy. That's when YouTube came up with this framework of Hero Hub and Hygiene, okay, which doesn't focus on a very short term gain. It focuses on a very long term sustainable growth, okay. And since it was introduced by YouTube, it is actually used on other platforms as well. A lot of brand managers now use it on other social media platforms as well. So it's not just a video strategy. You can say it's used as an overall content strategy as well, right? So coming to the first is a hero campaign. So if you see the three parts of the hero, hub, and hygiene is your hero, your hub, and your hygiene. Now we'll touch base on each of these aspects, right? So what is a hero campaign? How many of you guys have seen Pathan? How many of you guys have seen Pathan movie? Anybody who's seen Pathan? Not yet. Okay. But are you all aware about the craze around Pathan? The kind of virality this movie is gaining. Every other story I'm seeing on Instagram with my friends, they are going to the theaters and they're watching Pathan, right? And that's the craze brand Shah Rukh Khan has, right? He's the hero. He's a superstar, correct? If Pathan was to be aired, like if the main character in Pathan was any other actor, let's say uh, Johnny Lever, do you think it would have been a hit? It would have garnered this much of awareness and reach if the main actor was not Shah Rukh Khan but a regular actor like Johnny Lever, or maybe someone else. Let's say Varun Dhawan, maybe. The reason why Pathan has garnered so much of interest and so much of awareness is because of the brand Shah Rukh Khan, right? Because Shah Rukh Khan has had such a big impact on the Indian audience, correct? So If I have to draw parallel with a hero campaign, I'll say hero campaigns are your campaigns which will help you to drive maximum awareness, right? So any large scale video campaigns which you see on TV, right? For example, you see a lot of these Dettol ads, you see a lot of these Ariel ads, all the FMCG brands, they drive these maximum awareness campaigns. Those are all hero campaigns, right? Because the main objective is to create awareness. I'm sure you guys must have seen the Vico turmeric ad where they have recently roped in Alia Bhatt as their brand ambassador, right? Have you all guys seen that? The recent, not very recent, but yeah, I think a couple of years back, Vico turmeric roped in Alia Bhatt. And there, if you see, the ad was aired on TV. You can also see those ads on cinema. You can also see those ads on social media, right? So that's the kind of hero. So if I tell you hero campaign, a hero campaign is a campaign which has the largest impact on the audience, right? So if the brands want to create a very large impact, that's when they come up with a hero campaign. A hero campaign is more about pushing content that supports the most important brand initiatives. So just to give you an example, Vico Turmeric thought that there was a need to reposition their brand because it was being perceived as a very old brand, right? It is being used by all the oldies. And with changing times, it was important that Vico Turmeric kind of changes its brand imagery. So that was one of the important initiative that the brand identified. And that's when they decided to open Alia Bhatt and they decided to do the hero campaign where they amplified and they broadcasted the campaign on various platforms like your TV, your social media, your cinema. So hero campaigns are campaigns when brands have to achieve a very big objective. So if the objective can be anything from attracting new audiences or repositioning, like I mentioned, Vico Turmeric was more about repositioning, okay, or maybe retouching existing less engaged audiences. If you see the film Pathan, Shah Rukh Khan's movies were doing not so well since the past years, right? The last movie he had come up with was Zero, I think, and it really didn't do really well. Again, so Pathan movie for Shah Rukh Khan was a hero campaign where he wanted to retouch his existing less engaged audiences, the audiences who were not very engaged with him, and he wanted to refresh that connection with them, and that's how the movie Pathan did to him. The new audiences started coming up, the existing audiences who had lost connection with him, they have also started liking the movie so much. So whenever the hero campaign is planned, the objective needs to be huge. It can either be creating a strong brand impression or creating awareness or maybe repositioning of the brand. That's when you decide that you have to do a hero campaign. A lot of the mobile phones also do a lot of hero campaigns. If you see OnePlus, Samsung, they have these product launches, new products that come in, and they do a lot of hero campaigns, right? So hero campaigns are also effective when there is a new launch coming up, correct? So guys, I just wanted to give you a small piece of information that if you guys can just take a screenshot of any of the slides and put it on your LinkedIn handle, tagging Career Ninja and me, we'll be sharing this entire presentation deck with you. We'll be emailing it to you. So go ahead and feel free to take up a presentation, screenshot of any of the slides you think is interesting, and kind of put it up on LinkedIn. Yeah. So coming to the best practices. So if I am creating a hero content, let's say you are a social media manager and someone tells you, I need a campaign to drive awareness for a new product. That's a good signal for you to identify that there is a need for you to create a hero campaign. Okay. So what are the best practices when you create a hero campaign? One is it needs to have a wow factor. Okay. A hero campaign is as larger than life like a Shah Rukh Khan. So there needs to be some sort of a wow factor if you're creating a large campaign which is driving awareness. Okay. It needs to have a very large impact, and there needs to be some sort of value where you're showing your brand off to the world. Now what happens is, because hero campaigns, when brands do a lot of hero campaigns, there's a lot of production cost. What do I mean by production cost? The cost behind creating that video, right? It's very high. So hence, mostly brands, they release up to 4 hero campaigns in a year. So if there are 4 launches, they won't plan more than 4 to 5 hero campaigns in a year because the production cost is very high when you're creating a hero campaign. Also, if you want to create a larger impact, it's important that you keep the frequency very limited, right? So if you see, if I just compare a hero campaign to top Bollywood stars like a Shah or a Salman Khan or an Amir Khan for that matter, they don't release movies every month, right? They have the movies coming in every 2 years or every 3 years because they want to create that kind of impact. Same goes with hero campaigns. You want to create a good impact. The frequency of releasing such big hero campaigns also needs to be minimal. You can't be coming up with a hero campaign every month. Then the entire impact will kind of get diluted. So the frequency of brands, coming up with hero campaigns is up to four hero campaigns, and it normally targets top of the sales funnel activity. I'll be talking about this top of the sales funnel activity a little further, but for now, it just targets maximum reach and awareness. Okay, so whenever there is a hero campaign, just kind of you can have this in your mind that it is about targeting the top of the sales funnel, which means they want to reach out to as many people as possible. Okay, so hero campaigns either introduce your brand to a new audience or is used for product launches, right? So if there is a product which is being launched, brands make a hero campaign for that, or either they introduce your brand to a new audience. Like, for example, what Vico Turmeric did. Vico Turmeric didn't introduce a new product. They wanted to target a new set of audiences like you and me, and hence they roped in Alia Bhatt, right? But if you see products, brands like Apple, okay, or brands like OnePlus, they don't want to touch base a new audience. That's when they launch the hero campaign to only introduce new products. Okay, they use hero campaigns for product launches. Okay, and hero campaigns, they enjoy the widest audience exposure. Okay, so whenever a brand launches a hero campaign, it's used across platforms, and everything from TV to print to social media to radio, etc.